Have you ever wondered if the secret to staying strong, vibrant, and independent after 60 could be hiding in your pantry for less than $2? What if everything you've been told about protein is wrong, and the key to transforming your health doesn't involve expensive supplements or complex meal plans? In this video, we're diving into groundbreaking scientific research that's flipping the nutrition world upside down, revealing how one simple, everyday food, beans, can revolutionize your muscle health, save you hundreds of dollars, and restore the energy you thought was gone forever. You need to watch until the end because I'm going to show you exactly how to harness this incredible discovery starting today, with practical steps to build and maintain muscle, boost your vitality, and take control of your health without breaking the bank. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Beans, the overlooked protein powerhouse. When most people think of high-protein foods, their minds immediately go to animal-based options like chicken breast, steak, or whey protein shakes. But prepare to be astonished. Soybeans, one of the stars of the bean family, deliver a whopping 31 grams of complete protein per cooked cup, about 172 grams. To put that in perspective, a 4-ounce serving of chicken breast, often considered the gold standard for protein, provides around 26 grams of protein. That means soybeans outmuscle chicken in protein content per serving, and they do so at a significantly lower cost. A single cup of cooked soybeans costs roughly 50 cents to $1, depending on whether you buy them dried or canned, compared to $2 to $4 for a comparable serving of chicken. But soybeans aren't the only heavyweights in the bean lineup. Lentils, another nutritional titan, pack nearly 18 grams of protein per cooked cup, about 198 grams. Other everyday heroes like black beans, kidney beans, and chickpeas each provide around 15 grams of protein per cup, making them formidable contenders in the quest for muscle-building nutrition. These aren't just abstract numbers. They represent affordable, accessible, and powerful tools for combating age-related muscle loss that has been hiding in plain sight all along. Debunking the myth of incomplete plant proteins. One of the most persistent myths about plant-based proteins is that they're somehow incomplete or inferior to animal proteins. Let's set the record straight once and for all. While it's true that most beans are slightly lower in the essential amino acid methionine, they are positively brimming with another critical amino acid, lysine. Meanwhile, grains like rice, quinoa, or wheat are high in methionine but lower in lysine. This complementary relationship is no accident. It's as if nature engineered these foods to work in harmony. When you pair beans with a whole grain, such as rice, corn, or even a slice of whole wheat bread, you create a complete protein profile that rivals or even surpasses the amino acid quality of meat. This isn't some trendy dietary fad. It's grounded in basic biochemistry that cultures around the world have intuitively understood for millennia. Consider the classic combinations: rice and beans in Latin American cuisine, dal and rice in Indian dishes, or hummus and pita bread in Middle Eastern traditions. These pairings weren't random. They're time-tested nutritional strategies that maximize protein quality and deliver balanced, muscle-supporting amino acids. Why beans are a game-changer for older adults. For those over 60, beans offer far more than just protein. Each cup is like a nutritional powerhouse, delivering a suite of benefits tailored to the needs of aging bodies. Let's break it down. Fiber for gut health and inflammation reduction. A single cup of beans provides up to 15 grams of dietary fiber, roughly half the daily recommended intake for adults. This fiber supports a healthy gut microbiome, which is increasingly recognized as a key player in reducing systemic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a major driver of muscle degradation and other age-related health issues, so this benefit is a big deal. Magnesium for muscle function. Beans are rich in magnesium, with a cup of black beans supplying nearly 30% of the daily recommended intake, about 120 milligrams per cup. Magnesium is critical for muscle contraction, nerve function, and energy production, all of which are essential for maintaining strength and mobility as we age. B vitamins for protein metabolism. Beans, particularly black beans, are loaded with B vitamins, especially folate. A single cup of black beans delivers about 70% of the daily folate requirement, around 256 micrograms. Folate plays a vital role in protein metabolism, which becomes less efficient with age, helping your body make the most of the protein you consume. Antioxidants to combat oxidative stress. Beans, especially darker varieties like black beans, are rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants also found in berries. These compounds help neutralize oxidative stress, a process that damages muscle tissue and accelerates aging. By fighting free radicals, beans support muscle repair and recovery. Addressing digestibility concerns. One common concern about beans is their digestibility. It's true that plant proteins typically have a digestibility rate of 70 to 90%, compared to 95 to 99% for animal proteins. This is due to natural compounds like phytates and lectins, which can interfere with nutrient absorption. However, with simple preparation techniques, you can dramatically improve beans' digestibility. Soaking dried beans overnight reduces phytates by up to 60%, and pressure cooking can eliminate up to 90% of these compounds. Sprouting or fermenting beans can further enhance their bioavailability. When prepared properly and consumed in adequate quantities, beans deliver a protein that's functionally equivalent to animal sources for muscle-building purposes. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. The science of sarcopenia and anabolic resistance. To understand why beans are such a game changer, we need to talk about sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. After age 50, adults lose approximately 0.5 to 1.5% of their muscle mass annually. This isn't just a cosmetic issue, it's a major threat to independence and quality of life. Muscle loss makes everyday tasks, like getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries, more challenging. It also increases the risk of falls, fractures, disability, and even premature mortality. The good news? Sarcopenia isn't inevitable. With the right nutrition and resistance exercise, you can halt and even reverse muscle loss. However, aging introduces a phenomenon called anabolic resistance, where muscles become less responsive to the protein signals that trigger growth. A 30-year-old might need just 20 grams of high-quality protein per meal to maximize muscle protein synthesis, but adults over 60 require 30 to 40 grams per meal to achieve the same effect. A key player in this process is the amino acid leucine, which acts as a molecular switch for muscle protein synthesis. Younger adults need about 1 gram of leucine per meal, while older adults require 2 to 2.5 grams to trigger the same response. While beans contain slightly less leucine than whey protein, e.g., soybeans provide about 1.8 grams of leucine per cup, compared to 2.5 grams in a scoop of whey. Research shows that by consuming slightly larger servings of plant proteins, you can easily meet the leucine threshold. For example, eating 1.5 cups of soybeans or combining beans with grains ensures you hit the mark. Protein needs and timing for optimal muscle health. For optimal muscle maintenance, older adults need 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. For a 154-pound, 70 kilograms person, that translates to 84 to 112 grams of protein per day. This might sound daunting, but with beans as a dietary cornerstone, it's both achievable and budget-friendly. Here's a sample breakdown. Breakfast, 1 cup of oatmeal, 5 g protein, plus 1 cup of soybeans in a smoothie, 31 g protein, equals 36 g. Lunch, 1 cup of lentils with 1 cup of brown rice, 23 g protein total, plus a side of vegetables equals 23 g. Dinner, 1 cup of black beans in a burrito with a whole grain tortilla, 20 g protein, plus 1 ounce of cheese, 7 g protein, equals 27 g. Total, 86 g protein, easily within the target range. Another critical factor is protein timing. As we age, muscle protein synthesis peaks 3 to 6 hours after a meal, compared to 1 to 2 hours in younger adults. This slower, extended response aligns perfectly with the bean's digestion profile. Unlike whey protein, which delivers a rapid spike of amino acids, beans provide a steady, sustained release that matches the prolonged muscle-building window in older adults. The bigger picture. Affordability and sustainability. Beyond their nutritional prowess, beans are a financial and environmental win. A pound of dried beans costs $1 to $2 and yields 5 to 6 cups of cooked beans, providing 75 to 180 grams of protein. Compare that to chicken breast, which costs $3 to $5 per pound for 80 to 100 grams of protein. Beans are also sustainable, requiring far less water, land, and energy to produce than animal proteins. For older adults on fixed incomes, this makes beans not just a health choice, but a practical and planet-friendly one. The scientific landscape has undergone a remarkable transformation in recent years, with groundbreaking research on plant-based proteins taking center stage, particularly in the context of aging populations. A comprehensive systematic review published in 2023 synthesized findings from 13 high-quality randomized controlled trials, collectively involving over 800 participants aged 60 and older. The results were nothing short of revolutionary, fundamentally challenging long-held assumptions about protein sources and muscle health. These studies demonstrated that plant protein interventions consistently promoted gains in lean muscle mass over time, with outcomes that were statistically indistinguishable from those achieved with animal protein controls. This revelation upends the traditional belief that animal proteins are inherently superior for muscle maintenance and growth, especially in older adults. The findings become even more compelling when plant protein intake is paired with resistance exercise, a combination that yields particularly striking results. In trials where participants integrated plant-based protein supplementation with structured resistance training, the improvements in muscle mass were not only significant but, in many cases, rivaled or surpassed those typically observed with animal proteins. This synergy highlights the potential of plant proteins to serve as a cornerstone for maintaining physical function and independence in aging populations, offering a practical and accessible strategy for combating age-related muscle loss, or sarcopenia. One particularly noteworthy study followed 37 older vegetarian adults who incorporated 18 grams of mung bean protein into their daily diets for 8 weeks. Unlike participants in exercise-focused trials, these individuals did not adhere to a structured resistance training program, simply continuing their usual daily activities. The outcomes were remarkable. After the 8-week intervention, 45% of the mung bean protein group gained more than 1 pound of lean body mass, compared to just 7% in the control group, who received no additional protein. Even more intriguing, the mung bean group exhibited an average grip strength improvement of nearly 3%, while the control group experienced a decline in strength. This improvement in grip strength, a critical indicator of overall physical function and a predictor of longevity, occurred independently of changes in muscle mass. This suggests that plant proteins may enhance muscle quality through mechanisms that extend beyond simple muscle growth, potentially involving improved neuromuscular function or enhanced muscle fiber efficiency, areas that researchers are only beginning to explore. The evidence is equally compelling in long-term care settings, where muscle loss and functional decline are significant concerns. In a study involving 84 residents with an average age of 85, participants consumed 30 grams of soy protein daily for 12 weeks. The results were extraordinary. On average, participants gained over 3 pounds of lean body mass and nearly 2 pounds of appendicular muscle mass, the critical muscle in the arms and legs that supports mobility, balance, and independence. Additionally, their walking speed, a key measure of functional capacity, improved significantly, while the control group, who did not receive the protein supplement, continued to experience declines in both muscle mass and mobility. These findings underscore the transformative potential of plant-based proteins in vulnerable populations, offering a practical intervention to enhance quality of life and reduce the risk of falls and frailty. Perhaps the most paradigm-shifting evidence comes from a large-scale observational study in China, which tracked nearly 5,000 adults over the age of 60. This study revealed a striking pattern. Individuals with the highest plant protein intake exhibited significantly greater muscle mass, while animal protein consumption showed no association with muscle maintenance. This finding directly challenges the entrenched notion that animal proteins are inherently more effective for preserving muscle in older adults. Instead, it suggests that plant-based proteins may offer unique advantages, potentially due to their nutrient profiles, which include fiber, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds that support overall health. Not all plant proteins are created equal, however, and certain sources stand out for their muscle-building potential. Soybeans lead the pack, offering an impressive 31 grams of protein per cooked cup and boasting a complete amino acid profile, making them the only plant protein that matches the quality of animal proteins in terms of essential amino acids. Extensive research, including dozens of studies, confirms soy's efficacy for muscle building in older adults, with benefits extending to both strength and functional outcomes. Soybeans, often consumed as edamame when young and green, are widely available in the frozen section of most grocery stores. Preparing them is a breeze. Simply steam for a few minutes, sprinkle with a pinch of salt, and enjoy a nutrient-dense, protein-packed snack that's both convenient and delicious. Lentils secure the second spot on the list of muscle-building plant proteins, delivering nearly 18 grams of protein per cooked cup. Their versatility and ease of preparation make them a standout choice, particularly for older adults. Unlike larger beans, lentils require no soaking and cook in just 20 to 30 minutes. Red lentils, in particular, are a game-changer, cooking even faster and breaking down into a creamy consistency that's ideal for those with dental or chewing difficulties. Their mild, adaptable flavor makes them a perfect addition to soups, stews, or even smoothies, offering an effortless way to boost daily protein intake. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Black beans and kidney beans tie for third place, each providing approximately 15 grams of protein per cooked cup. Black beans hold a slight edge due to their rich antioxidant content, particularly anthocyanins, the dark pigments responsible for their deep color. These compounds have been shown to reduce muscle inflammation and support recovery, making black beans a powerhouse for both muscle health and overall wellness. Both black beans and kidney beans are excellent candidates for batch cooking, as they retain their texture when frozen and reheated, making them a convenient option for meal planning. Chickpeas, with about 14.5 grams of protein per cup, earn a special mention for their remarkable versatility. They can be roasted into crunchy, protein-rich snacks, blended into creamy hummus, or tossed whole into salads, soups, or curries. Their neutral flavor and firm texture make them an approachable entry point for those new to plant-based proteins, earning them the nickname gateway bean. For older adults experimenting with plant-based eating, chickpeas offer endless culinary possibilities while delivering substantial nutritional benefits. Split peas, often overlooked, provide over 16 grams of protein per cup and require no soaking, making them another convenient option. When cooked, they naturally break down into a smooth, creamy consistency, ideal for hearty soups that are both comforting and easy to digest. For older adults dealing with reduced appetite or difficulty chewing, a warm bowl of split pea soup delivers substantial protein in a gentle, nourishing form. Beyond their nutritional benefits, plant-based proteins like beans offer significant economic advantages, particularly for those on fixed incomes. At approximately 1/3 the cost of animal proteins, beans provide comparable muscle-building benefits at a fraction of the price. A pound of dried beans, costing between $1 and $2, yields 12 to 13 servings of high-quality protein. In contrast, obtaining an equivalent amount of protein from the chicken breast could cost $15 to $20 over a month. These savings translate into hundreds of dollars annually, offering not just nutritional benefits but also enhanced food security and financial flexibility for other essential expenses. The advantages of plant-based proteins extend far beyond muscle health and economics. Unlike animal proteins, which are often associated with increased inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein, bean consumption consistently reduces inflammation. This is critical because chronic inflammation, sometimes referred to as inflammaging, directly impairs muscle protein synthesis and accelerates muscle loss in older adults. Each serving of beans delivers a dual benefit: building muscle while simultaneously combating inflammation, creating a powerful synergy for long-term health. The cardiovascular benefits of beans further strengthen their case. While high animal protein intake is linked to an increased risk of heart disease, each daily serving of beans reduces cardiovascular disease risk by approximately 10%. For older adults managing multiple health conditions, beans offer a multifaceted solution, supporting muscle health, heart health, blood sugar regulation, and healthy cholesterol levels in a single, affordable package. Additionally, beans are rich in fiber, which promotes gut health and satiety, further enhancing their appeal for aging populations. From an environmental perspective, beans are a sustainable choice, requiring roughly 5 times less energy and water to produce than equivalent amounts of animal protein. For environmentally conscious individuals, this alignment of personal and planetary health adds another layer of motivation to incorporate beans into their diets. A common concern about beans is their digestibility, particularly for older adults with sensitive digestive systems. Fortunately, simple preparation techniques can significantly mitigate these issues. Pressure cooking is the gold standard, as it enhances protein digestibility by breaking down complex carbohydrates and anti-nutritional factors that can cause gas, all while preserving essential amino acids. A quality pressure cooker can transform dried beans into a digestible, protein-rich meal in as little as 10 to 40 minutes, depending on the bean variety. Soaking beans overnight is another effective strategy, particularly when combined with a small amount of baking soda, about a quarter teaspoon per pound of beans. This method reduces gas-producing compounds by 75 to 90%, making beans far easier to digest. Always discard the soaking water and rinse the beans thoroughly before cooking to eliminate these compounds. For those new to beans, starting with smaller portions and gradually increasing intake allows the digestive system to adapt, further minimizing discomfort. In summary, the latest research on plant-based proteins, particularly beans, paints a compelling picture for older adults seeking to maintain muscle mass, strength, and overall health. With robust evidence supporting their efficacy, affordability, and multifaceted health benefits, beans represent a transformative option for aging populations. By incorporating soybeans, lentils, black beans, chickpeas, and split peas into daily meals, prepared with digestibility in mind, individuals can unlock a powerful, sustainable, and cost-effective strategy for thriving in their later years. Beans are a nutritional powerhouse, often overlooked in modern diets, yet they have been a staple in traditional cuisines for centuries, offering a wealth of benefits for muscle health, particularly for older adults. If you've forgotten to soak your beans overnight, there's no need to panic. The quick soak method is a highly effective alternative that delivers nearly identical results. To use this method, place your dried beans in a pot, cover them with water, and bring them to a rolling boil for 2 to 3 minutes. Remove the pot from the heat, cover it, and let the beans sit for about an hour. Afterward, drain and rinse the beans thoroughly before proceeding with your recipe. This approach softens the beans and reduces cooking time, making it a convenient solution for busy schedules or last-minute meal planning. For centuries, traditional cultures around the world have perfected the art of preparing beans to maximize their digestibility and minimize digestive discomfort. These time-tested practices involve incorporating specific spices and ingredients that act as natural digestive aids. For instance, adding a small piece of fresh ginger, a pinch of cumin, or a dash of asafoetida, a pungent spice commonly used in Indian cooking, during the cooking process can significantly reduce gas production. These ingredients work by supporting the breakdown of complex carbohydrates, such as raffinose and stachyose, which are responsible for the bloating and flatulence sometimes associated with beans. Even simpler additions, like a single bay leaf or a strip of kombu seaweed, a staple in Japanese cuisine, can make a remarkable difference. Kombu, for example, contains enzymes that help break down these complex sugars, making beans far easier on the digestive system, especially for older adults whose digestive efficiency may naturally decline with age. To successfully incorporate beans into your diet, especially if you're new to eating them regularly, the key is a gradual introduction to allow your gut microbiome to adapt. Begin with small portions, 2 to 4 tablespoons of well-cooked beans per day, and increase your intake by a similar amount each week. This slow and steady approach gives your gut bacteria time to adjust, typically within 2 to 3 weeks. By week 8, most people report that their digestion has fully normalized, with minimal to no discomfort. For those just starting, certain beans are easier on the digestive system and make excellent entry points. Lentils, split peas, and mung beans, for example, are less likely to cause gas compared to larger beans like kidney or navy beans, making them ideal choices for beginners embarking on their bean journey. Beans are far more than just a source of plant-based protein. They offer a synergistic blend of nutrients that work together to support muscle health in a way that few other foods can. Take magnesium, for instance, a mineral critical for muscle function and protein synthesis. A single serving of beans provides between 45 and 120 milligrams of magnesium, depending on the variety. This is significant because magnesium plays a direct role in muscle contraction and protein building, yet many older adults are unknowingly deficient in this essential nutrient. Low magnesium levels can impair muscle function, no matter how much protein is consumed, leading to weakness and reduced physical performance. Beans also deliver an impressive 6 to 15 grams of fiber per cup, which nourishes the beneficial bacteria in your gut. These bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids, SCFAs, such as butyrate, which have powerful anti-inflammatory effects throughout the body. By reducing systemic inflammation and improving insulin sensitivity, both critical for muscle protein synthesis, SCFAs help create an optimal environment for muscle maintenance and growth. Emerging research has illuminated the fascinating concept of the gut-muscle axis, a biological connection that underscores how gut health directly influences muscle mass and function. The prebiotic fiber in beans plays a pivotal role in this relationship by fostering a healthy gut microbiome, which in turn supports muscle health. Additionally, beans are rich in antioxidants, which combat oxidative stress, a key driver of muscle aging. Oxidative stress, caused by an accumulation of harmful free radicals, damages muscle cells and accelerates the age-related decline in muscle mass, known as sarcopenia. Certain beans, such as adzuki beans, black beans, and red kidney beans, are particularly high in antioxidants, with adzuki beans leading the pack. These antioxidants don't just neutralize free radicals. They activate cellular pathways, such as the NRF2 pathway, that protect mitochondria, the energy powerhouses within muscle cells. Mitochondria naturally decline with age, so preserving their function is critical for maintaining strength, endurance, and overall muscle health. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Iron is another vital nutrient provided by beans, essential for delivering oxygen to working muscles. While plant-based, non-heme iron is absorbed less efficiently than animal-based, heme iron, you can significantly boost absorption by pairing beans with foods rich in vitamin C. For example, combining black beans with diced bell peppers in a salad or serving lentil soup with a side of tomatoes can increase iron absorption by up to 300%. This simple strategy ensures that your muscles receive the oxygen they need to perform optimally, whether you're engaging in daily activities or structured exercise. Leading experts in nutrition and exercise science have developed evidence-based strategies to maximize the muscle-building potential of beans, particularly for older adults. Dr. Stuart Phillips, a renowned sports nutritionist and professor at McMaster University, has conducted groundbreaking research on protein and aging. He recommends distributing protein intake evenly throughout the day rather than consuming it in one large dose. Specifically, he suggests aiming for approximately 0.4 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per meal. For a 165-pound, 75-kilogram individual, this translates to about 30 grams of protein per meal, achievable by incorporating beans into breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For example, a breakfast of oatmeal topped with mashed white beans, a lunch of lentil soup with whole grain bread, and a dinner of black bean tacos with brown rice can easily meet this target while providing a diverse array of nutrients. Registered dietitians specializing in geriatric nutrition often advocate for the plate method to create balanced, muscle-supporting meals. This approach involves filling 1/4 of your plate with beans or other legumes, 1/4 with whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, or whole wheat pasta, and the remaining half with a colorful variety of vegetables. This combination not only provides complete proteins, containing all 9 essential amino acids, but also delivers a full spectrum of vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that support muscle health. For example, pairing chickpeas with quinoa and roasted vegetables creates a nutrient-dense meal that supports muscle repair and maintenance while promoting overall health. Exercise physiologists have also uncovered valuable insights about the timing of bean consumption to optimize muscle-building outcomes. Consuming a bean-based meal 2 to 3 hours before resistance training provides a steady release of energy, thanks to the complex carbohydrates and fiber in beans. Eating within 2 hours after exercise, when muscles are most receptive to nutrients, maximizes muscle protein synthesis. The synergy between resistance training and adequate plant-based protein intake is particularly powerful, producing results that surpass the benefits of either strategy alone. For example, a post-workout meal of black beans, brown rice, and steamed broccoli provides the protein, carbohydrates, and micronutrients needed to repair and rebuild muscle tissue. The scientific consensus is unequivocal. Beans can fully meet the protein needs of older adults when consumed strategically. The recommended daily protein intake for adults over 60 is 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight, significantly higher than for younger adults due to age-related changes in muscle metabolism. For a 154-pound, 70-kilogram individual, this equates to 84 to 112 grams of protein daily. To achieve this, aim for 25 to 35 grams of protein per meal, combining beans with complementary plant proteins like whole grains or small amounts of animal proteins, such as eggs or dairy, if desired. For example, a serving of lentils, 7 grams of protein per half cup, combined with quinoa, 7 grams per half cup, and a small serving of Greek yogurt can easily meet the per meal protein target while providing additional nutrients like leucine, an amino acid critical for muscle protein synthesis. When it comes to preparation, pressure cooking is the gold standard for older adults. Not only does it enhance digestibility by breaking down complex carbohydrates, but it also softens beans to a texture that's easy to chew, a key consideration for those with dental issues or reduced chewing strength. Modern electric pressure cookers, such as the Instant Pot, simplify the process with preset programs tailored to different bean varieties. For example, black beans can be cooked in about 20 to 25 minutes, compared to 1 to 2 hours on the stovetop. This time-saving method preserves nutrients and makes beans more accessible for regular consumption. Batch cooking is a game-changer for incorporating beans into your weekly routine. By cooking 2 to 3 pounds of mixed beans once a week, you can create a protein bank that streamlines meal preparation. Portion the cooked beans into freezer-safe containers or even ice cube trays for single-serving sizes. Frozen beans retain their nutritional value for up to 6 months and can be added directly to soups, stews, grain bowls, or salads. This approach eliminates the time barrier that often prevents people from eating beans regularly, ensuring you always have a convenient source of high-quality protein on hand. Another underutilized technique is sprouting, which enhances both the nutritional profile and digestibility of beans. Sprouting mung beans or lentils, for example, increases their protein content by 4 to 38% and improves digestibility by up to 20%. The process is straightforward. Soak the beans overnight, drain them, and rinse them twice daily for 2 to 5 days until small sprouts appear. Sprouted beans cook faster and are virtually free of digestive issues, making them an excellent option for older adults or those with sensitive stomachs. For individuals with limited energy or mobility, canned beans offer a convenient alternative without sacrificing significant nutritional value. Opt for low-sodium varieties to control salt intake, and don't discard the thick liquid in the can, known as aquafaba. This starchy liquid contains proteins and other nutrients that can enhance the texture and nutrition of soups, stews, or sauces. While canned beans may have slightly lower levels of certain nutrients compared to home-cooked beans, they remain a robust source of protein, fiber, and micronutrients, making them a practical choice for busy or physically limited individuals. The transformative potential of beans is beautifully illustrated by the story of Beverly Kelly, an 80-year-old woman who adopted a plant-based diet centered on beans and other legumes. Within just a few months, Beverly lost 14 pounds of abdominal fat, experienced a surge in energy, and reported needing less sleep while staying active well into the evening. Her story is a testament to the power of dietary change, driven not by illness but by a proactive desire to optimize health. Beverly's experience is supported by large-scale studies, such as the Nurses' Health Study, which tracked 85,000 women over 60 and found that higher plant-based protein intake was associated with a reduced risk of frailty and greater maintenance of independence and mobility. In contrast, reliance on animal protein was linked to higher frailty risk, highlighting the unique benefits of plant-based diets for aging populations. Community initiatives further demonstrate the scalability of these benefits. Programs like the Seniors Farmers Market Nutrition Program, which provides vouchers for beans and fresh produce, have shown measurable improvements in participants' muscle mass, reduced obesity rates, and enhanced overall health. When older adults have access to affordable, nutrient-dense foods like beans, they naturally increase their consumption, leading to consistent, positive health outcomes. The rise of plant-based senior athletes offers another compelling perspective. These individuals, many in their 80s and 90s, are challenging stereotypes about protein needs by thriving on bean-centered diets. They report faster recovery times, sustained performance, and improved overall health, underscoring the viability of plant-based proteins for even the most physically active older adults. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Despite these benefits, myths about plant proteins persist, often deterring people from embracing beans as a primary protein source. One pervasive myth is that plant proteins are incomplete or inferior to animal proteins. This notion stems from outdated studies conducted on rats in 1914, which have since been debunked by modern science. Every plant contains all 20 amino acids, including the 9 essential ones required by the human body. The American Heart Association and other leading health organizations confirm that a varied plant-based diet provides all the amino acids needed for muscle health. By consuming different plant proteins, such as beans, grains, nuts, and seeds, throughout the day, you naturally meet your body's requirements. Another misconception is that older adults must rely primarily on animal protein to maintain muscle mass. However, recent studies, including the Spanish PRODIME study of nearly 3,000 older adults, have shown that vegetable protein intake is a stronger predictor of good nutritional status and physical function than animal protein. Concerns about the digestibility of plant proteins are also overstated. While raw plant proteins are digested at 70 to 90% efficiency compared to 95 to 99% for animal proteins, proper cooking techniques, such as soaking, pressure cooking, or sprouting, close this gap. Moreover, when total protein intake is adequate, the slight difference in digestibility becomes negligible, especially given beans' affordability, which makes it easier to consume sufficient quantities. The idea that expensive protein supplements are necessary is another myth driven more by marketing than science. Whole food beans provide not only protein but also a comprehensive nutrient profile that supports muscle health more effectively than isolated supplements. Studies comparing whole food plant proteins to supplements show equivalent or superior outcomes, likely due to the synergistic effects of beans' fiber, antioxidants, and micronutrients. To set yourself up for success, start with smart shopping. Purchase dried beans in bulk to save money and store them in airtight containers, where they'll remain fresh for years. Begin with versatile varieties like red lentils for quick meals, black beans for hearty batch cooking, and chickpeas for snacks like roasted chickpeas or hummus. Investing in a pressure cooker is a wise decision, as it saves time, enhances digestibility, and simplifies preparation. For your first week, introduce beans gently to allow your digestive system to adapt. Add a quarter cup of well-cooked lentils to your usual lunch soup or salad. By week 2, incorporate a half cup of beans into your dinner, perhaps as a side dish or mixed into a stir-fry. In week 3, bring beans to breakfast. Try mashing white beans into a spread for toast or adding black beans to a veggie scramble for a protein-packed start to your day. Meal planning becomes effortless once beans are a staple in your kitchen. Batch cook 2 to 3 varieties on Sunday to cover the week's meals. Create diverse flavor profiles to keep things exciting. Italian-inspired white beans with rosemary and garlic, Mexican-style black beans with cumin and lime, or Indian-spiced lentils with turmeric and ginger. Portion cooked beans into ice cube trays for convenient single servings that can be added to any dish. To optimize muscle building, aim for 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. For a 154-pound, 70-kilogram person, this means 84 to 112 grams of protein, with beans contributing 30 to 50 grams across 3 meals. Pair beans with whole grains for complete proteins. Add vitamin C-rich foods to enhance iron absorption, and include small amounts of dairy or eggs if desired to boost leucine content. Hydration is critical as you increase your fiber intake from beans. Aim for at least 8 8-ounce glasses of water daily to support digestion and overall health. Incorporating gentle resistance exercise, such as bodyweight squats, wall push-ups, or resistance band workouts, amplifies the muscle-building benefits of a bean-rich diet. Even 10 to 20 minutes of exercise a few times a week can make a significant difference. In conclusion, the evidence is overwhelming. Beans are an exceptional, cost-effective, and sustainable source of high-quality protein for older adults seeking to maintain muscle mass and strength. They offer a unique combination of protein, fiber, antioxidants, and essential minerals that work synergistically to combat inflammation, support gut health, and protect against age-related muscle decline. By preparing beans thoughtfully, through soaking, pressure cooking, or sprouting, and consuming them strategically throughout the day, you can unlock their full potential to support your health and independence for years to come. No expensive supplements or complicated meal plans are required, just a commitment to incorporating beans into your daily routine. With their affordability, versatility, and proven benefits, beans are a simple yet powerful tool for thriving in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. Wow, we've covered so much ground today, and I hope you're as excited as I am about the incredible power of beans to transform your health after 60. So, tell me, what have you learned so far? Maybe it's the surprising fact that beans can match expensive protein powders for muscle building. Or perhaps it's the simple trick of combining beans with grains for a complete protein punch. Whatever stood out to you, I'd love to hear about it. Please drop a comment below this video and share one thing you've learned and plan to put into practice in your life. Your insights could inspire someone else to make this powerful change, too. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more game-changing health tips to keep you strong and thriving.